ARCHouse project is a neighborhood redevelopment project that MuslimARC began in 2017. It is part of the Dream of Detroit project, where it's a Muslim-led initiative of neighborhood redevelopment. And we were so excited to join this project by purchasing a duplex to rehabilitate to become an office space and a residence upstairs.
The ARCHouse was initially like a collaborative between Dream and MuslimARC. From what I remember is that the ARC wanted to have a base in Detroit. And what I appreciated about it is that the ARC wanted to support a grassroots organization that was centering housing equity, and it was a great marriage.
The beginning of the ARCHouse began at a program led by Dream of Detroit. So the idea of the ARCHouse was simple. With a land bank, it was such a low cost, but really the real work happened after we purchased the house, getting the investment from the community so that we can rehabilitate the property. We had our first pool of money, which we utilized to clear the land, to build the roof, to gut the property, to gut the indoors, and to begin to work on developing a plan. And with the pandemic, we had to slow down, but as things opened up, we knew we had to come back to our commitment to improving neighborhoods, to neighborhood revitalization.
It's amazing what MuslimARC has done up until this point, doing virtual programming and doing programming in different communities and sort of traveling and doing workshops and whatnot and working with different orgs. But I think having a physical location and having a hub will be so important to be able to do programming there, to be able to just have a physical space where you can have convenings that take place and programming that takes place. And plus it's close to the Muslim Center, and I feel like it's just in a very vibrant community, and I think that it's just gonna be really beautiful, so I'm excited about it.
So the idea for the ARCHouse project is to embed our anti-racism work in community by having a physical space in Detroit, the heart of racial justice. But what is important is that the racial justice work in Detroit, neighborhood development, neighborhood revitalization, and centering those who've been impacted by the housing crisis, by the water crisis, those who have been impacted by the disinvestment in Black and Latino communities, would lead. To be part of the coalition means so much to us of making our anti-racism work something that is of value in the community and is part of community-led initiatives.
When it was getting done, it just made me so happy when I was just sitting on my porch over the summer and just seeing the work being done. It's like, yeah, this inshallah is going to be a wonderful hub to remind ourselves as well that anti-racism work isn't just like a grant cycle. Anti-racism work is something that is absolutely lifelong. And so to have a physical space, like I said, it started on Twitter. I got involved via Twitter on the online world. It's the real world, but it's a different neighborhood, right? Now to have a physical space in a neighborhood in the city of Detroit, I think would be really powerful. And as well as here in Detroit, where there's just just the diversity of Muslims, the history of Islam of here in Detroit. I think that it'll be, inshallah, a wonderful hub to have, and a space to hold workshops, and a space to have other nonprofits come and learn, and classes from different universities and high schools. There's just so much potential, and this just makes me really excited that it's like down the street from my house.
Detroit is an incredible city and incredibly important in America for too many reasons to count. From an Islamic standpoint and Muslim standpoint, I would argue that it's possibly one of the most important cities, if not the most important city, in modern American Muslim history. People like Malcolm X and modern heroes. American Muslims should be part of that, and MuslimARC and ARCHouse is a way of keeping that footprint and maintaining that relationship with the community to allow that grassroots community effort to be built from inside Detroit and not from the outside in.
We're asking for donors to give towards this restoration project because it's an investment in renewal, it's an investment in legacy, it's an investment in the long-term care of our community. Donors know, like, this is an investment for the long term, and the rewards that we receive are, we may not see them in this lifetime, but really in the long term. It's a 100-year-old building. And to think about that type of what Detroit has gone through, and to be able to invest in anti-racism, to invest in neighborhood, to invest in people, that we are already seeing the fruits of anti-racism. So to have a physical space that shows that investing in anti-racism makes lives better is going to be symbolic for the spiritual rewards that we get for being anti-racist.